After this one, we get Sean Mooney with Jimmy Hart and Money Inc. DiBiase says, you don't write checks that you don't have the cash to cover, and that was about all I managed to catch. Gene Oakland's then with the Natural Disasters. They say they're going to get what's rightfully theirs. Which brings us to the 750th match that this podcast has ever covered. The WWF Tag Team match between the Natural Disasters and Money Inc. An inauspicious way to spend our 750th match, I've got to be honest. 8.5 minutes in length it is, and it ends when Typhoon hits a splash, but as Earthquake goes for his Earthquake splash, Jimmy Hart and DiBiase pull IRS out of the ring, and they deliberately get themselves counted out. Matt,
you say that, Tinky, but in my mind, this is quite a big deal, this match.
Well, you go ahead then, Tom, if you're that
crack on.
We're very strange to have the Natural Disasters as a babyface tag team, is my overriding thoughts from this match, because they're both so massive that you can't realistically ever imagine Ted DiBiase and the great IRS being able to physically beat them. So it just seemed a really strange dynamic during the match, to be honest. Quite like the way it ended, actually, with them both being like, we're off, just take the belts and go. But yeah, just a weird dynamic. What I will say about the promo beforehand, I very much liked Typhoon's enthusiasm. He was very enthusiastic. He's very happy to be there. But it's, like I said, just a weird match with a heel tag team. You can't really do any damage. I mean, they do work over Typhoon a little bit at some point, but that's kind of about it, really. Very, very odd. I'm not surprised they ended the match in the manner in which they did, because there's no way that you could really conceive of Money Inc. beating the Natural Disasters legitimately in any way whatsoever.
Now I can't wait to hear what Matt's going to say, because this seems like the kind of finish which is right down his street.
Oh, yeah. Not only was the finish just an absolute pile of shit, I think it's no secret at this point what I think of Earthquake. He must be he may be the nicest guy going, but he's just no good. I just don't remotely enjoy any of his work. You know, this team was boring. I mean, the only thing that I remotely found funny was there was some line that Sean Mooney said with Ted DiBiase prior to the match, something about withdrawing from their titles or something like that, which I just thought was funny. But other than that, yeah, the finish, I was like, why? You know, yeah, I mean, it literally was like, we're off. And I was like, well, why did I bother watching in the first place then, if that was the attitude? But nope, big thumbs down, easily worst thing on the show.
I'm really eager, Matt, to make you acknowledge that Earthquake is much better than Typhoon. That's all I really want to get out of you. That's all I really want to get out of you, because you obviously noticed Earthquake when we watched WrestleMania 6 and didn't like what he did. Fine. Now he's out here with Typhoon, and Typhoon is just absolutely dreadful. Like, it's so bad compared to Earthquake.
I don't even notice him. Like,
well,
but maybe he's that bad that I just don't notice him.
Maybe. There's a bit where he has to fall out of the ring and can't do it in this match. It's just atrocious. Earthquake's legitimately not a bad wrestler. He's really not a bad wrestler. Typhoon genuinely is a bad wrestler.
So there's a bit where Earthquake pushes Ted DiBiase into the turnbuckle, I think, and then flexes his muscles to show how strong he is. And it's the most underwhelming muscle flex I think since I looked at myself doing it in the little screen just then. There's no definition whatsoever. And the thing is, we need to talk about, we like to talk about hair quite a lot on this podcast. And in terms of a tag team with juxtaposing but equally atrocious hair, we need to talk about the Natural Disasters, because Typhoon has got a glorious mullet. And honestly, Earthquake is rocking one of the illest skullets I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Nothing up top, long and luxurious at the back. It's absolutely rancid pair of haircuts from this team.